Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up!
Justice for who?
Mubarak!
Justice for who?
Mubarak!
Justice for who?
Mubarak!
What? Mubarak! Mubarak! Justice for who?
Mubarak!
Justice for who?
Mubarak!
Justice for who?
Mubarak!
Mubarak being a Muslim, we would like to crown this particular march with a supplication from the Islamic perspective. As such, my name is Al-Hassan Abu Bakari Kamakte, one of the imams of the communities to which Mubarak belongs to. So I will start by reading the supplication, and when I'm reading, you just say Amin, Amin. Allahumma arzuqna tawfiq at-ta'a wa bu'd al-ma'siyah wa sidq an-niyyah wa irfan al-hurmah wa akrimna bil-huda wal-istiqamah wa saddina al-sinatana bis-sawab wal-hikmah wa amla qulubana bil-ilmi wal-ma'rafah وطهر بطوننا من الحرام والشبهة واكفف أيدينا عن الظلم والسرقة يا رب العالمين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار اللهم أنت أمرتنا بدعائك ووعدتنا بإجابتك بقولك ادعوني أستجب لكم فقد دعوناك كما أمرتنا فأجبنا كما وعدتنا إنك لا تخلف الميعاد اللهم ارحم مبارك اللهم ارحم مبارك اللهم ارحم مبارك اللهم أكرم نزله اللهم أكرم نزله اللهم اجعله في جنة النعيم اللهم اجعله في جنة النعيم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين آمين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر We will now hear from the youth of this community.
Try to make your way. Try to make your way.
Hello, my name is Farah, but to those that can't pronounce it, it's Farah. So, hi. I'm gonna come in the middle. Hi, my name is Farah. I'm 17 years old, and I'm a core team member of the Period movement here in Connecticut. Our goal has always been to battle environmental racism, but today we are all here to battle something different, and that is systemic racism and police brutality that we are not going to run away from. So with that being said, I just like to come into play to where we could definitely say that this case is not going to be swept under the rug of unimportance, along with every other wrongful murder that has occurred since the beginning of this year in Connecticut, which is the main reason why we're all here today. And I just like to say to Mubarak's family, Inna ilahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And I would just like to say thank you to Kira, along with the rest of Mubarak's family, for honoring me today and being able to speak. This is not over. This is far, far from over. And I hope that everyone here knows that there is a strong community behind Mubarak today. And that is not going to change. It will linger until justice is served the correct way. Not only for Mubarak, but for every teenager that was wrongfully murdered. Not in just the state of Connecticut, but in all of the United States of America.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Justice for who? Justice for who? Justice for who? Now we will hear from our dear brother from this community, our dear brother Norman. Let's give him a hand.
Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be speaking on behalf of a newly formed immigration rights group. We're called the Somalia Collective. I just had a brief statement I would like to give. The Somalia Collective stands here today with the Soulemane family in solidarity, seeking justice for their son, brother, cousin, and friend. From the racist murder by Connecticut State Police Officer Brian North, jail him, who ended the life of Mubarak in a blatantly callous disregard for life itself. Mubarak, at the time, offered no threat to anyone. He was surrounded and gunned down by this racist officer who seemed determined to seek some sort of retribution or retaliation for his effort to capture Mubarak. Too often in this country, we see police officers acting as judge, jury, and executioner when dealing with black and brown youth in our community. Historically, we recognize this country was founded on and only exists today because of the murder of indigenous black and brown people.
Amen.
White supremacy is the true history of the United States. Mubarak's life was meaningful. What happened to Mubarak should never happen to anyone.
That's right.
That's right.
But under the system of white supremacy and capitalism that we are forced to live under, people's lives are of no value.
Yes.
Only money and property are of value to those who rule. Those are the there were 4 state-sanctioned murders that happened in the first month of this year in Connecticut. There are countless others that don't get classified as a murder. When police chase and crash into vehicles and cause death and destruction, it is not counted as a police-caused death. And many times we see this is happening to black and brown youth. There are many cases of this happening. There are at least 21, I think, or 31 youth that have been killed in this fashion or gunned down by the police since 2015 in Connecticut alone.
Shame!
Shame! Shame!
We as the collective stand here with the Soulemane family at this time of great sorrow. And we say, not one more.
Not one more!
This senseless violence has to stop.
Senseless violence has to stop.
Justice for Mubi!
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 Justice for Mubi! Thank you.
Now we will have this warrior who has been strong from day one. This warrior that brings the spirit of our ancestors all across the seas from our African countries. We thank her for her courage. We thank her for all that she has stood up for justice for her son. And we want this police station to know that we are not tired. We will not stand for this injustice, and she will not stand for this injustice. Let us hear from the mother of our dear brother, the mother of a king, our dear sister, Sister Omi. Let's give her a hand. Come on, y'all can do better than that. Let's give her a hand.
Hello?
Hello.
Good evening, everybody, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
I want to thank the community for all your support. Everybody that marched with me today, I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank you for marching with us. I want to thank you guys for supporting us since the day this tragedy has happened. My son is not supposed to die the way he died. My son is not supposed to be shot the way he was shot.
No.
My son is not supposed to be shot like an animal.
No.
My son's supposed to be living today.
Yes.
My son has to be living to graduate his college.
Yes.
My son has to live to have a wedding.
Yes.
My son has to live for me to have a grandchild.
Yes.
Unfortunately, a state trooper has taken my son away.
Yes.
I want justice.
Justice.
I want justice.
Justice.
I want justice for Mubarak.
Justice for Mubarak.
I want justice for Mubarak.
Justice for Mubarak.
I want to thank Gwen Kerr for coming here today. Thank you very much for coming. I know you have went through this before. And I thank you for supporting me. Thank you.
Thank you.
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No racist!
Police!
Again, I'd like to thank the greater New Haven community for coming out to support my family. Mubarak was my cousin. Unfortunately, he is not here, and this is due to the criminal act of one officer, that would be Officer Brian North, who has taken his life away from us. We want him locked up. That is exactly what we want, and we know that the wheels of justice are going to be in our favor when it's all said and done. But indeed, we know where we point the finger at. It is definitely at State Trooper Brian North. The state of Connecticut needs to address him. Everyone is gone. Lock him up.
Lock him up!
Lock him up!
Lock him up!
Lock him up!
Lock him up.
Lock him up!
Lock him up!
Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up! Lock him up!
Lock him up!
We are here in front of this police facility for a reason. And the reason is we want it very clear that this family and the community is cooperating with the authorities to see to it that justice is done. And what does that mean? That means that this state trooper, Brian North, be held criminally accountable for what he did. 7 shots fired rapidly into a car that was blocked with a shut door, a closed window. There was no threat whatsoever to him, and he killed a victim. We want justice, we want him held criminally accountable, and we want it done in this community. So we all stand together for justice and doing what is right, and that is holding this police officer accountable, because it would send a message all over this nation that if a police officer does what he did, you will go to jail.
We will now hear from Ishmael. His little brother. His little brother. Come on, let's give him a hand. Ishmael.
Hello, my name is Ishmael. I am Mubarak's little brother.
Raise your voice.
I'm Mubarak's little brother. I want to thank everybody for being here today. You know, no kid should experience this right now. Really, you know, we got to work with it now. But, I think that the fact that we should be doing this now to get more attention from other people. You know, we have this will all grow, okay? This will notify other people and let them join us today. Thank you.
God bless you.
Justice for Mubarak!
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 My name is Kira Ortoliva, and I'm the head organizer for the protests that happened here.
and I'm the state lead of the Connecticut Climate Strikes, who is backing Mubarak Soulemane's family completely. I'm here today to talk about the fact that this was not only a race issue, but it was a mental health issue.
Come on.
He had schizophrenia. He had no idea what was right from wrong. The officer had no idea what de-escalation was. Why are they not trained in de-escalation, and why are they not trained with mental illnesses if it is such an epidemic in the United States? He was shot through a rolled up window.
Come on.
The officer had to reach his entire body to get what they call now a butter knife. I don't understand how you can hurt someone through a rolled up window with a small knife through a bulletproof vest.
He's not a cop, he's a coward.
That's right. He's a criminal.
He's a coward.
He's a murderer. Murderer.
This is not anti-police. This is pro-reform. Thank you, everyone, for coming today.
Justice for Mubarak.
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 We will now have black.
Reverend Kim, how you feeling?
We have Hawk Newsom from the Black Lives Matter. He drove all the way here from New York. Come on, let's give her a hand.
What up, y'all? I got it. Okay, but I brought the beast with me. Okay, good. Probably louder, right?
Mic check. Mic check. I appreciate how a lot of y'all feel, but I'm here to tell you that I am, in fact, anti-police. From the inception of black people's encounters with policing in this country, it has been based on race. The first cops that we ever known was a slave patrol. So from day one, police have been set in place to keep black people in check. To murder black people. When I look back and I see our people hanging from trees, I see sheriffs standing next to the KKK. And if you pay attention to the FBI report, there are white supremacists working at all levels of law enforcement. That's your reality. They took off their hoods and they put on badges.
Judge roll. That's right.
That's why I call them the Blue Klux Klan. When they come for us, what do?
Kill us.
They put us back in chains. And we lucky enough to live. They put us right back in chains. They put us right back in bondage. And if you check the 13th Amendment of the United States Constitution, it says that slavery is abolished unless you are what? Incarcerated. This is America, spelled with 3 Ks. This is a white supremacist country that is built on the backs of black people, and they still don't want to do anything to honor us.
Yes, sir.
It's 2020 and we still talking about reparations.
Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna go too deep on y'all. I ain't gonna go too deep on y'all. But you understand that I'm standing next to Miss Gwen Carr, whose son was murdered by the police as he stood there and said, "I can't breathe."
Yes, sir.
How many highways we gotta shut down? How many marches do we have to do before we realize that white America is not going to help us as a whole?
Right.
We have allies out here, but white America as a whole consistently says that black lives don't matter. Over 60 million people voted for a white supremacist to be president. And that same white supremacist promotes police brutality. Promotes police brutality. And who is he backed by? The courts. That's why these cops get away with killing us. Now let me bring this home for our dearly departed brother Mumbi, who is not a threat.
who was sitting inside of a car, several feet away from an officer. So let me get this right, Mama. They tased your son.
They did.
And they shot him because his body responded naturally to the taser.
Yes.
And we sitting here asking, why is this cop not prosecuted?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes.
We're sitting here demanding that he go to jail. It's obvious. Let you, black man, let you, sister, let you shoot somebody who is not a threat to you. You will be thrown under the jail. And that's the America we live in. And I shout out each and every one of y'all who stand here with us. I shout out Black Lives Matter New Haven. I shout out Black Lives Matter. I see you over there, sis. I see you over there, right on. We were down in Trump's inauguration getting pepper sprayed and tear gas shot at us. This struggle is real. And until we stand up as a people and say no more, no more, no more, no more, no more. Until we show them our power, we will not get justice. Those who have power get justice. Those who do not will continuously be murdered and killed. Listen, y'all ain't got to go out there and tear stuff up, but they got to know that at the drop of a dime, you won't let that happen.
That's right.
They got to know that at the drop of a dime, you will fight back. They say get back.
We say fight back.
They say get back.
We say fight back.
I'm past peace. And my love manifests itself in the form of anger and vengeance. That's what they understand. That's what they control us. So they gotta know that we ready too.
That's right.
I stand here and I say this from the bottom of my heart. Building, and there's no such thing as a good cop. Because if there was a good cop, they would arrest the ones that brutalize and target us. Ain't no such thing as a good cop. You must be out of your... Because if they were good cops, they would put an end to this. They will put an end to this.
Yes, they would.
And we won't be out here dying. And I'm sorry to the kids and the elders for my language, but I am not apologetic to this system. God bless all y'all.
Thank you.
Right on. I think everything. Right on. And next up, I bring up the co-founder of Black Lives Matter New York, who's currently a candidate for Congress in the Bronx.
We'll get her in a few seconds.
Shavonna Newt.
We'll get her in a few seconds.
I'm sorry, brother.
Thank you. Let me say this to you. So let me say.
Yeah, we got it.
That was loud.
Let me say this to you. It is important to this family. It is important to this community that there is a process that we are headed to and that we're going to be working with. Let me share this with you. Attorney Rubenstein has come from New York to represent this family. And we want to thank you for coming here. Thank you for representing this family. His mother is here. We have been meeting with this department here. We have been meeting with the state prosecutors. We have been meeting with the commissioner of the state troopers. We are dealing with a murder. We are dealing with policies. Attorney Rubenstein will be dealing with this case along with us. And we're going to deal with changing the atmosphere, changing how they do business. And the way we change how they do business is by changing policies, is by working together. We have a long ways to go. We have many more months to fight this fight. This fight will not be won in a few days. This fight will not be won in a few months. I ask that you would buckle down with the face of a grin on your face, and that we will work together as one. As a religious leader, I stand here with this family unapologetic. But I do stand here in doing what is right. Right will always win. Even though it may be crushed to the ground, right will win.